Surprisingly, everyone wants to take advantage of this shy and poor girl, which is why she still doesn't know her own best friends. But the good news is that she always tries to find a good friend, even if she doesn't succeed. Hello, my dear family. Peace be with you. Today, I have brought you the most popular movie called Melissa Piso, which was released in 2005. My family, please help us by liking the video without wasting time. Let's go to the movie. Yes. At the start of the movie, we see a quiet girl named Melissa. Melissa is a little girl who lives with her mom, Daria, and her grandma, Elvira. Elvira often smoked cigarettes, and because of that, she stayed sick for a long time. Melissa doesn't talk much with her mom, but she is very close to her grandma. Today, Melissa is really happy because a boy named Danielle invited her to his party. Danielle is the most liked and wealthy boy in school, and Melissa has liked him for a long time. Melissa goes to the party at Danielle's house with her friend Manuel, but she is too shy to talk to Danielle there. Suddenly, a boy pushes Melissa into the water, and since she can't swim, she begins to drown. Seeing this, Danielle jumps in the water and helps Melissa come out. Danielle takes Melissa to his backyard, where they can see the sea. Danielle asks Melissa about her family. Melissa says that her dad is an engineer, and he's often away in other countries. While talking, Danielle learns that Melissa has feelings for him. Danielle uses this opportunity to kiss Melissa, but after they're done, he leaves her by herself. Melissa feels really sad. Many months went by after that day, and during all that time, Danielle never called Melissa, except to meet up. But even so, Melissa was falling deeply in love with Danielle. School will start here in a few days as well. Melissa tries to get Danielle to notice her, but it doesn't work. Melissa goes to a bar with her friend Manuel, and Danielle is there too with his friends. Danielle sees Melissa and introduces her to his friends. Melissa enjoys watching this. Afterward, Danielle takes Melissa to his house, where he tries to attract her. They both become close to each other there. At the same time, Melissa tells Danielle that she loves him, but Danielle makes fun of her and turns her down before walking away. This was the second time Danielle hurt Melissa's feelings. Now, Melissa decides she won't stay a nice girl anymore. Instead, she will act like Danielle and hurt others to make herself happy. Melissa's parents decided to move her grandma to a nursing home because her heart was getting worse. Then, Daria and Melissa take Elvira to the nursing home. Melissa was very upset because she was really close to her grandmother. Leaving her there and going home made her sad. Daria wants to talk to Melissa, but Melissa doesn't want to talk back. A few days later on Christmas, Elvira comes back home. She gets why she's looking at Melissa. Melissa has a lot of problems in her life. She quietly tells Daria about it, but Daria says it's not like that at all. Just like that, a few more days go by. One day, Melissa receives a call from Danielle. He says to her, "I want to surprise you." He asks Melissa to come over to his house. Even though Danielle made her feel very embarrassed, Melissa visits his house. Danielle begins to charm Melissa and asks her to shut her eyes. After that, a friend of Danielle walks into the room, and he begins kissing Melissa too. Both of them wanted to be close to Melissa together. When Melissa finds out about it, she begins to walk away from there. But then, she acts like she doesn't care about anything. She returns and gets close with both of them. Melissa also had a journal in which she wrote down everything that happened to her. When Manuel learns about what Melissa has been doing, she tries to persuade Melissa that she doesn't have to do everything. But Melissa doesn't pay attention to her at all. The next day, Melissa rides a scooter to the museum. A man comes and sits next to Melissa, and Melissa gets close to him as well. One day, one of Melissa's classmates finds her diary and reads it out loud to the whole class. Because of this, everyone knows all of Melissa's hidden secrets. Melissa also wrote about her close relationships in this diary, and the entire class finds out about it as well. Then, Melissa takes her diary back in anger, and she blames Manuel for it. Melissa wrote the wrong stuff in the diary meant for Manuel, which makes Manuel feel sad. Melissa ends her friendship with him. Melissa then shows everyone that she has changed a lot. She starts wearing short clothing. The next day, there was a boy named Marco in Melissa's class, and he liked Melissa. He hadn't been able to talk to Melissa at all yet. Today, he is brave enough to visit Melissa. But then, Melissa gets a call from Danielle. After some time, Danielle's friend Arnaldo comes to see Melissa and says to her, "I'm going to give you a surprise today." Then, he puts a blindfold on her and brings her to a basement. In the basement, besides Arnaldo, there are 4 other boys there. When Melissa sees them, she gets it all and then kisses everyone. The next day, everyone in the school hears about it, and everyone finds out Melissa is quite a girl. Melissa makes her account on a dating website. There, she talks with a lot of boys she doesn't know. Melissa meets a man on this site, and as a result, Melissa begins to talk a lot. Then, this man asks Melissa to come to his hotel for a private time together. Melissa gets ready and goes to the hotel. After a while, Daria gets home. She receives a call from the nursing home, and someone tells her that her grandmother is not feeling well and she should come see her soon. After this, Daria goes to her room to find Melissa, but Melissa isn't there. Daria finds her diary in Melissa's room and takes it to the nursing home. The diary starts to fall, and Daria learns all the secrets of her daughter. Knowing all this, Daria is heartbroken. A man arrives and tells Daria that her grandmother has died. When Daria realizes this, she starts crying a lot. On the other hand, this really scares Melissa, and somehow she gets away from that hotel. Then, she goes home. Her mom, Daria, is sitting in her room. Daria tells Melissa that Grandma has died. When Melissa hears this, she begins to cry. When Daria sees her clothes, she understands what Melissa means. After a while, Daria asks Melissa about it by pointing to her diary. Melissa asks if what is written in it is true or just something she made up. "Yes, that's completely true," Melissa says. When they hear this, both of them start crying. Daria says sorry to Melissa. She should have looked after Melissa better. From now on, Melissa can tell her mother everything. A little while goes by, and Melissa goes back to how she was before. Today was the final day of her school. She visits Manuel's house before heading to school, and there, Melissa becomes friends with Manuel again. Then, they go to school together. Melissa and Manuel are walking by when Danielle tries to stop Melissa. But this time, Melissa ignores him. Melissa goes to see the results and discovers Marco, a boy in her class, didn't pass. He comes here as well and shares all his feelings with Melissa. He says to her that he is going to leave the school and start at an art school. He has a crush on Melissa. Some of Melissa's drawings are also done by him. He then shows Melissa all the drawings he made in his notebook. Being with someone makes Melissa feel really happy. He asks Melissa to take a picture. He wanted to draw one last picture before he left. After the drawing is done, Melissa gives him a hug, and then Marco goes away too. After that, now we see a scene after a long time. Melissa's with her mother, and they are walking towards her grandmother's grave. They get to the grave and lay down some flowers. Daria gives Melissa a hug, showing that they are now good friends. The movie ends here. Please, my family, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to my channel recap. Thank you.